and you're still messaging me, like how can you get caught up? So January, I'm starting a boot camp, AI boot camp. So it's going to be for 4 days, 1 hour a day. And if you guys have not been to our classes last year, I'm going to do it all in 4 days, like last year's stuff, all that AI, SEO, and all that. So if today sounds like we're very confusing, you don't know what we're talking about, we're too fast, we'll go back to basics in the AI bootcamp. Okay. So this is $10 for 4 days of training. Send your VA in or send your assistant in here, have them learn it and have them implement it. Okay. So that's going to be January 27th to 30th. All right. I'm just going to send the link into the chat here. If you guys want to take advantage of that. Okay. And then these are the three things that with anybody that's starting out that you need to work on. I know we're talking about advanced stuff today with Joe, all these sites that you want to be on, but you shouldn't be on any site if you don't have these three things. The foundation is AI branding. So maybe someone like Deb's been in business for 40 years, 20 years. 30 years, has all her branding. She has a story, she has a voice in her social media, so she stands for something. But a new agent, maybe 5 years, 3 years, 2 years, may not have anything. They may be like, I'm just going to take any client that comes my way. So you don't have any branding, then without the branding, without the story, ChatGPT, AI can't recommend you without those assets like mission, vision, values, all those things, right? It makes your company, your branding much deeper, much like a real organization. So even if you're a one man solo agent like me, my wife, we're a team. We don't have any other agents. We don't have assistants in our team, right? It's just the two of us, and we just have virtual assistants and AI helping us. But we go head to head with the biggest teams in the city, and we're beating them, right? Because we have a great branding, very solid foundation, okay, and a great story that AI can read it all and know who we are. Okay.
So Kirby,
Yeah.
when you say this, and yeah, David here on my team is going to jump into because that's my problem. I can't do it all right.
Yeah.
Like, what's the turnaround time for something like that? I'm thinking it's a couple of weeks before.
Because you
Oh,
already have
so
all the.
I would say
It
this is,
all
yeah, Joe.
it all depends. It depends on
Yeah.
who is doing it potentially in your city, the competition level, how
It's not.
much
Uh,
but that's what I'm saying is like there's no kind of like standard answer. It could be where you implement some of these things and 2 days later you get something. It could be where it's 2 weeks later. It could be where
Yeah.
it's 2 months later. It's not like a surefire thing, but what it is if you're consistent with it, like most things in real estate, you will outdistance every single other person. Because, for example, say you did one thing each day, 7 days a week towards this, that means that you have 365 actions towards building this every year, where somebody may have done it 5 or 10 times, 20 times, or got inconsistent, and you're just going to outlast them, outpace them, and you're going to have that huge buffer.
Yeah, and you're starting early now before they're doing it. When everyone's doing it later with AI, then you become the status quo, right? You're an average agent,
I
right?
can share real
Right now
quick
you
with
do
you.
this now. Yeah,
I was
Steve,
gonna
you're
say I
talking.
can share a story real quick
Yeah,
because
Jesse.
about November or so, you guys were talking about using Claude and creating blog posts in things like that in for the Google categories and things like that. So we went back and recreated blogs for all of those, and that also increased our SEO exposure.
Yeah,
Um, Late December and the first week of January, we've noticed a massive increase in our Google LSA calls. And last week I got my first come list me call, off Google LSA in a long time. And I could
nice.
tell it was from the exposure of all this. And so I'm starting to get a few more calls and things like this. So it is working, but you do see it kind of work over time. So
Well, and hold on. This is, I think, a very important thing because every area is different. Steve, what is the seasonality of your area? Because correct me if I'm wrong, isn't it where Florida is different than most parts of the country where most of the buyers start coming in, most of the sellers start coming in at a different time of year than, say, Boston would?
Well, I mean, in Florida, there is no seasonality at all because,
No?
we don't really have snow. I mean, there are some areas where we have,
Don't you have like hurricane seasons where it might slow down, stuff like that?
we typically our slowest seasons are still going to be January and December.
Hmm.
Um, you know, and then we have a little bit of drop down in September when people go back to school. I mean, so we have the natural seasonality, I think, of everyone else.
Okay, perfect. So, guys, he just said he's seeing upticks in the time where most of the time it's the least. That's a big deal. And Steve, again, no knock on anything.
Yep.
Have you gone crazy with this or have you just kind of dabbled?
Definitely just dabbled. So, I mean, I just went in there and implemented like the strategy you guys talked about. Hey, put all your blog posts. I just
Mhm.
talked to my assistant. Hey, I want you to go in there, put a blog post for every single category in the Google My Business. Okay,
Yep,
did that. And then let's add some more blog posts. We'll do one per week on Friday, and we'll do that. So it creates higher SEO. And then just did that. Simple as that. And that's all I've been doing is just little consistent videos and then adding more videos to my YouTube.
perfect.
Just
Guys,
little
so
things.
this is exactly what I'm talking about.